G'day guys, it's John here. So today I'd like to look at the topic of, I'm going to call it the first shot. And I'm going to go through my sequence that I would shoot. So I don't see myself as a pro. And so in some ways I don't really feel that I'm qualified to make these videos, but I thought because the newness is so close, I remember those first matches, I remember those questions, the uncertainties, they're still fresh in my mind. I thought that I would perhaps be able to address it better now than if I would do it down the road when competition in a sense has become old, if you follow what I'm thinking. So if you guys have topics that you'd like me to cover, feel free to drop a comment. I'd be interested in trying to produce a video that would answer those questions. And of course, if you've got tips for me, I'm always willing to learn and better my game as well. So we'll see where it goes. If it's a success, I might do a number of these. If it all falls flat and nobody's interested, then I'm probably not going to waste my time, of course. I have a busy schedule as it is. So the topic for today, the first shot. I'm going to run through my sequence here. It's my first time out this afternoon. I have not shot at all yet, so this is my first shot of the day. I'm going to run through what I do when I come out here to practice or when I go to a match. It's all the same. Thinking about training, consistency is key, but that would be a whole topic in itself. So I got my rifle out, I got my bag here, just like I would be at the match. And so the first thing I do when I get to a match is air temperature. You can get that with the Kestrel. Now you see some guys, they take their Kestrel and they spin it around in the air. It's not just to look cool. So currently I'm reading 25.7 degrees Celsius. Right when I pulled it out of my pouch, I had 25.7. And we'll spin it in the air here and see what we get. Now I got 24.5. I don't know that it really matters. 1 degree here or there doesn't matter. On a very sunny day, I can get quite a few degrees difference. So if you're talking like a 5-degree difference, if you have this in your backpack, you could very easily get a 5-degree difference sitting in the sun. So spin around in the air, get an actual air temperature. So I have an actual air temperature here. So I put that into my ballistics app. Then I get my pressure with the barometer. And so today we're running 958 HPA or hectopascals. And so typically around here we see 970. It does make a difference, so definitely check. Then wind. I have not checked the wind with the meter yet, so you're going to see my guesses, my mistakes. So I'm going to observe the vegetation here, see what we got. I feel it's right about a 7-mile-an-hour wind right now, but it's gusting. I'd say on the calm we're running that 3 to 4 range, and then on the high end we're hitting about 9, 10. So I always do that as an exercise to sharpen my wind skills. So when I'm shooting and the wind changes, I have a feel for, okay, now I'm getting into a topic on wind. That's not where we're going. All right, so wind. Okay, so we got a little bit more wind than I figured. We're gusting right now at 10.5. We're sitting 9.5. Now we're calming down. We're at a 7. Yeah, we're not getting a calm here. So we're heading back upward. 9, 9, 7. Our average wind seems to be holding right around a 7. but beware, this could very easily change. Okay, now I'm done with the Kestrel. I will pull it out a couple times throughout the match and check wind if I feel things have changed. And I'll also check the temperature throughout the day as it warms up. Another thing to consider is where you have your ammo. Make sure to keep it out of the sun so you don't end up with higher velocities than what you're actually calculating. So I put that into my app. I got my arm board here. I just have a standard set of data, 26 degrees, 970 hectopascals, and my 10-mile-an-hour wind. And interestingly, today we're at 24.5, but we got 960 hectopascals. It's the same drop data, okay? So I got my drop data here. One thing to note, if the wind is coming from the right or the left, it does make a little difference in elevation, but that's not something to stress about at the match. That's probably not going to make a difference. So I'm going to shoot at I have a 150-yard target out here. It's 5 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to shoot a PRS skill stage because that's typically what I do for a lot of my practice. And for those of you that don't know what it is, I take 2 shots from this position, 2 shots from this position, 2 from this position, and then 2 from here. So a total of 8 shots. And at a PRS match, that is a timed stage. So that is what is used as a tiebreaker at a match often. So 150-yard target. I'm going to run that. I'll set you up over here. I'm going to use my wind call of, we said 7 mile an hour. And so at 150 yards, I need to dial 4.5 mils. And my 10 mile an hour wind hold is 2 mils. And then underneath that, I have a wind rose. So I'll just grab my wind direction here. We're a full value wind for all intents and purposes. So I'm probably going to get down and hold right about 1.2 mils, and but that'll depend on what I actually feel when I'm in position. Okay, so now I got to get ready. I'm not going to want my bipod. Scope caps open, run through the same process each time. I'm going to adjust my parallax to 150 yards. I'm going to dial on my elevation of 4.5 mils. Double check everything. I think we're going to be good to roll. All right, so I'm going to remove my chamber flag and insert a magazine. Check to make sure the magazine is full. And I'm going to drop my bipod because that's just a hindrance. Then I'll get my bag ready. Now, typically when I run this in practice, I will set the timer at 60 seconds so that I gotta keep the pace up. But today I can't time it because you are my timer, the camera. All right, my final double check. I make ready. And now is when I'm going to really focus on my wind now. I'm up in the 10 mile an hour range, and this is going to make or break it. I can't see my mist down there, so now it's time to focus. And then we get the engage. Holding too much wind, no impacts. Impact. 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 impact, and a miss. All right, so now I'm done. We will return to 0. Close my scope caps. Insert my chamber flag, and of course I drop my mag. And we will go back and make safe. So there you go, guys. That is what I do when I set up for my first shot of the day at a match. Thanks for watching, and by all means leave a comment and let me know what you would like to see. Perhaps I put in too much time and detail and I should be condensing it more. My nature is to details, everything all ties together, right? So feedback would be appreciated, and we'll see what happens. Anyhow, shoot straight and enjoy your day.